All right, we are back now here at the KFYR Plus News Desk. And what are your thoughts on how safe you feel in the state of North Dakota? Well, you may be surprised on the latest rankings from Consumer Affairs. And joining me to discuss the safest and the most dangerous states is Brooklyn Bannister. Welcome, Brooklyn. Thank you for joining me today.
Hello, hi.
Well, let's start. What are the key factors? What are the metrics that contributed to the rankings in this report before we kind of break down some of the numbers?
Yeah, we decided to rank all the states across 5 different categories, which is violent crime rate, property crime rate, driving safety, public safety, and climate safety.
Okay, and so let's start with the country's most dangerous states. Give me the bottom five, please.
The bottom 5 are first starting with New Mexico, then it goes on to Louisiana. We included our capital, which is Washington, D.C., which is third, and then Colorado, and we end our fifth with Arkansas.
Okay, and if you can, walk us through the top five safest states, please.
Our safest states are going to be New Hampshire, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut, which are all in New England.
Yeah, so is there a political divide where the top five states are Democratic blue, and you've got some four of the states that were red? What correlation, if any, exists between Democratic governance and safer states, Brooklyn?
What we can tell you is that there's a sea of blue that are in our top 5, especially our top 10. We're seeing that 2 of the states that are in our top 10, Idaho and Wyoming, are the ones that aren't going to be blue. But we're seeing in the lower ranking ones, states like Louisiana and Arkansas are consistently reaching the bottom when we see a lot of these blue states reaching to our top 10.
Mm-hmm. Can we attribute the safety of the blue states to maybe some demographic factors like population density, urbanization, or even socioeconomic status?
Which we didn't rank on those factors. There's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of factors that go into it. We're just seeing a trend upon the factors that we did rank upon.
Let's tell the folks watching where North Dakota sits on this list.
North Dakota sits 24th, right smack dab in the middle, right in the middle of the road, especially in all of the different categories. 22nd in road violent rank, or sorry, road violent crime rate.
Mm-hmm.
In your 13th, that's your highest score, is going to be in driving and safety. And your second highest is also 13th, and your law enforcement ratio to your population.
You know what caught my attention on that after looking through it, Brooklyn, is we were very high on property crime. Is that maybe due because we're such a rural state?
Could be. The metrics that we looked at for property crime were the ability to keep down the burglary rates inside your
Mm-hmm.
state, the larceny and theft rates per 100K, and then motor vehicle theft and robbery. Um, Especially considering those, not sure if it considers the ruralness of your state, but it
Yeah,
does consider theft to be a high concern.
sure. Were there any surprises or unexpected states that ranked higher or lower on the list that kind of caught you by surprise?
Uh, Personally, um, we were looking at, especially for our top 10, 8 of those states in our top 10 are in New England.
Mm-hmm.
That's been consistent, but it hasn't been this much in our past studies and past years. The only 2 that aren't in New England are Idaho and Wyoming, which Wyoming hadn't made it up to the top 10 as of yet until this year. We're attributing those to their violent crime rates had gone down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a huge thing to note that the top 10, something in the New England is doing something right.
Right. So, what message do these findings send to voters in this election year or even policymakers about the relationship between politics and public safety?
Attributing to public safety, according to our rankings, we're looking at um, the North is doing something right in how they're running, especially safety, paying attention to not only law enforcement versus their population, but their violent crime rates really attributed high to their ranking, including those. A lot of the states in the West did not rank very high due to these factors. So
Sure.
that's all I want to say based on the data.
Brooklyn Bannister, Consumer Affairs, thank you so much for your time today and going over some of the numbers. North Dakota, we're ranked right there in the middle.
All right.
Thank you, Brooklyn. Have a great day.